As you all know, there aren't too many courses in entrepreneurship in India. Karma has partnered with U21 Global. U21 Global is an international consortium of 7 international universities based out of Singapore. We've partnered with them to offer certificate programs in entrepreneurship. Very soon you'll see it on our website. The first course starts on January 4th. It's a 120-hour online course. But online here is not downloadable online. Here it is, you have to log in, I think, depending on what you choose. You have 2 options. You can do 5 hours a week, 24 weeks, or you can do 10 hours a week, 12 weeks. And you have to log in at a particular time. There are chat rooms. You have to form groups virtually. Assignments are given to you. So it's not a downloadable online program, but it's a virtual classroom. The first batch is going to start from January 4th. We plan to do at least about 6 courses a year from next year onwards. Okay, so any of you interested? And we're only charging, if I know correctly, about $1,200, for a 120-hour course. Okay, so you can look out for it on our website. It should go on the website. We've signed the MOU now. It should go on the website. Okay. Just keep in mind, and if any of your friends are interested, it's going to be a small batch only, so register quickly. It's only a batch of 30. We're not looking at more than 30 people in our course.
How much is the fees?
How much?
Fees.
$1,200 for a 120-hour course. Yes, sir.
Hi, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
How many of you want to be entrepreneurs? How many of you want to be entrepreneurs? 1, 2, 3. Surely, be honest. Whatever it is, whether you sell cakes or you're selling a aircraft, doesn't matter. Entrepreneurs, anybody else? Okay. I think I haven't gone through any formal training in entrepreneurship. I have recently learned words like ideating, monetizing. So I understand a very simple logic to be an entrepreneur. You have to have energy, right? So can I hear it again? Morning.
Morning.
Can you all get up? Can you all see me? Please get up. Please get up. Please raise your hands up in the air. Everybody hands up in the air. Do this. Do that. Everybody do that. Then you will be entrepreneurs, right?
That's Joydeep's version of belly dance.
Do that? Okay, can you stretch a bit? Great, okay, now good morning.
Good day.
Please ask.
Now you know it's an HR course, right?
Don't just ignore what she said. Okay, who am I? I just probably take about 20 minutes, is that okay? Yes. Alright. 20 minutes, and the intention for me is to quickly bore you with my past and then excite you with what I'm doing right now. Alright? You can ask me any sort of questions, nothing is barred. Except few. So let me start with myself. My name is Joydeep, and I've been working in the HR division in my company, and the total experience is about 14 plus years. And I took on the journey as a regular employee who wants to do an 8 to 5 job or 9 to 6 job, whatever. I initially was in the hotel industry, worked for 4 years, and in the next 10 years I had been with IT. So I was initially, in the IT format, I was first with a company called Network Solutions. I was heading training in the company, followed by the current company I'm working in as the HR head. The company is called Silver Arena, which is into software development services in the aerospace, railway signaling, and automotive business. I currently head HR in my company, covering India, UK, and Spain offices. So I travel a lot because of my work. I have, of course, my wife. Her name is Gauri. She's also working in another company as the training head, and I have a beautiful daughter. Her name is Disha. Right? So everything is fine and nice, and hence what's wrong with me now. Interestingly, like I told in the last session, till date, whenever I have stood here, I have told the students why they should be an employee. Right? I have gone to various colleges in South India for campus recruitment. I have seen students like you, BTechs, MTechs from various parts of the country and even the world, And I told them why they should join only Silvertine and nowhere else. And while every other company is pathetic and therapist. I'm suffering right now anyway. So now the intention is to different here and tell you why you shouldn't be an employee. So there's a lot of bad news and a few good news. You have heard some bad news so far and some good news. The few bad news which I found over the last 14 years which I could escape with, now I can't do that. Number one, I cannot pass the buck. As an employee, I could always say that my manager told me talk to him. Right? I'm not responsible. Go and talk to the salesperson. How can I deliver a project if there is no work in the company? Right? Passing the buck. I cannot wait for approvals. No, I can't do this work because it's not approved. The reality is actually I can't do it. Forget about approval. Similarly, I cannot, unfortunately, ask questions. Like, or rather, you cannot ask questions if you want to be an entrepreneur. Things like, what will be my salary? Right? Will I get the designation project manager or software engineer or a marketing executive? Will I get on-site opportunity? You can't ask any of these questions. So lots of bad news. So what happened to me? What's wrong with me to suddenly leave or think about leaving all that I'm doing, starting from scratch, probably take home a salary of 1/5 or 1/10 of what I'm doing right now, and still don't know what will happen tomorrow? What is it that you, when you said you want to be an entrepreneur, what advantage do you have versus me? Any idea? What advantages do you have as entrepreneurs which I don't have? Rather, I am challenged with. Anybody?
Take risk.
Take risk. Okay, so you are saying you have advantage of taking risk. Okay, why? You're right. Why? Why do you think you can take a risk and it is difficult for me to take a risk?
You are single.
You're saying this? Okay.
People here to make you feel really bad.
Yeah. I want you to feel bad. Okay, what else? One is you're single, so you can take a risk. What else? You're single means low commitment, right?
Probably these people are still there, not family oriented.
Family oriented.
Energetic, they're not.
Yes. Energetic, lost, confused.
They can take the challenges.
बहुत जल्दी सीख जाएंगे. Sorry, that in English means you learn very soon and come back to reality. Okay, let me tell you what happened in my case. As I said, I've been working, and one thing is I'm very passionate about traveling. I love traveling a lot. My father, he was in the army, so went all over the country, went to a lot of offbeat and regular places. And even after he retired, I love traveling to various places. I keep going off to Ladakh and to Pondicherry and to Assam or to Gujarat or Jaipur or wherever. So one day I always kept feeling that I would love to do a job, love to do something like traveling, which is a job and I get paid for it. I always had this thought through and through, and one bit I was pretty clear. Before I touch 40, I'll do something of my own. That was very, very clear. I had no idea what I would do. I had no background about it. I had no professional qualifications to talk about starting a company or even talk about travel as a business. So what came along is when I used to go for these trips, trekking or trips, whatever, I used to notice a lot of people who are traveling, they're spending a lot of money. Even as college students, if you go off to Ooty in a red bus, you'll be at least spending $200-300 to go and come back. And up to, if you have to go up to, say, Switzerland for 2 weeks travel, you'll be, if you and your wife or any two of you, will be spending at least around 2 lakhs here and there with all the expenses. So you're spending so much hard-earned money, and I kept feeling, yeah, they're spending money, but are they getting the money's worth? Is something missing? Right? And that's when the idea, whatever the idea is, the idea hit me to go ahead and work on a travel experience which focuses only on you as the traveler. So that's just the thought which came up in the beginning of 2009, that is last year beginning, actually 2008 December, and that's it. There is nothing behind it. No monetizing, no nothing, no investing. What is the structure? What is the mode? How would I do it? I had no idea at all. So first things first, what did I do next after that? The first thing I started reading about. What is available in the travel market? What are they providing? That helps me in two ways. First, for me to know more about it. Secondly, for me to know what is missing. So that was the first step. Reading a lot, learning a lot, talking to people, just listening, nothing else. Forget about what I know. Just keep listening, understanding thoroughly what I don't know. That was the first stage. The second stage came when I was like, okay, I know certain things about travel industry, what next? And I got hold of a book called, what was it called? Stay Hungry, Stay Foolish. Have you heard about the book, Stay Hungry, Stay Foolish? I am Ahmedabad 25 graduates, how they started companies of their own. And the first thing I opened was Make My Trip. Deep Kalra, he meets his friend in a mall, and over a tissue paper they sign off to work together. Is that somewhat right? Okay. And he finds a technical person whom he gave a 7% stake. I was very impressed. Okay, so I have to find somebody to give a stake.
7% stake.
Job done. Nothing else matters. I went over, being in this company, I had access to Naukri, so I went across millions of CVs, and finally, without Naukri, I found a technical guy. He said a lot of things. I heard it because I had to hear it. Finally, I said, I'll give you 7% stake.
No other discussion. Straight away 7% stake.
I mean, I got the rest of it, but then 7% stake, great, and I was so happy. Tick in the box. I'm copying Deep Kalra, no problem. Tomorrow I'll have Make My Trip once again. So, of course, the implication was obvious that though we went into the journey, there were certain obvious things missing. The first thing I learned, which of course Nandini later reconfirmed for me, is that first thing I learned is anything I do, I have to have certain targets and certain milestones. And from day one, I was struggling. So whatever you take on, even the step of you coming and sitting in this room, if it is a part of your journey, put a tick on this milestone once you have done it. Right? But every milestone which you look at, plan for it, take it, enjoy the moment, move forward next. That was one major learning which I got from that. The second bit was, of course, I started learning more about who I have to tie up with, so on and so forth. The second biggest roadblock was it costs a lot of money. Somebody came and said a call center for a travel agency, a football call center with 4 employees in 3 shifts would call you 2.5 crores a month. Believe me, I have to start counting the zeros. I mean, like, okay, nice, very good. Let's not look unprofessional. I give a very serious look. No big deal. 2.5 crores, job done. Okay. Next bit came along, someone said, oh, forget about travel companies, you're not even an IATA certified guy, you can't even open a travel company without IATA certified guy, and to do that you have to have 1 year experience in the travel industry, plus some lakhs of rupees. Oh, okay, fine. So all these blocks kept coming on. To cut it short, it came to a point towards the middle of this year where already I had identified the name of the company, I registered the domain names, and out of a typical fear, registered all extensions possible on the domain name, thinking that somebody will take away my baby or whatever. And then I came to a stage where I had a design sense page, domain name page, and I was stuck. I was stuck not because I couldn't move forward, I was stuck because I realized it's high time I got someone who can mentor me. I didn't even know the meaning of the word mentor, so it came only when someone told me I'm going to mentor you. Before that I thought someone will hold my hand and do it. And I hate Nandini for that. She does nothing to hold my hand. Right, so I heard about Nandini and I went over to her place and she didn't even offer me a glass of water.